was the black community. And so despite his attempts to broaden it by a number of leaders who got involved, and they have been Jewish, Hispanic, the real base between the black community and the primary engine driving that campaign really was the black church. He's a minister, he's a relationship with ministers, black people in the black church. It's not out yet?
No, yeah, it is. It's going right
now. What was his message in 1984 when he was running?
The message is, well, I guess it was, he had very good research staff that he drew upon. So he dealt with issues of the day that affected black people, not unlike anything you hear today. It still had to do with education, still had to do with employment and jobs, still had to do with discrimination. All the problems, the poverty, and the lack of will on the part of the government to deal with those situations that affected poor people. But he had a very unusual delivery. He's charismatic in a different way from Barack. Barack is laid back and he's cool, but his message, gets through. Jesse, he's a preacher by training, and he could rile up people. So there's a lot of similarities in that regard. They both had charisma. They both could draw crowds. Jesse's crowds are not the magnitude of the crowd Barack would draw, but excuse me. Well, Jesse didn't have that kind of resource either. He had access to that kind of money.
What changed that enabled Barack to draw these kind of crowds compared to Jesse Jackson back then? Is it just that after 20 years?
I think there's a change in the attitude of the people. I think he's hit a note. People are disenchanted. We quote the status quo. We quote this party, petty party struggle, so forth, and not being united and focusing on the needs of the people. And he's hit that message. He's inspiring, and he does represent change in the minds of the people.
Is that also Bloomberg's message? The change, the bipartisanship?
Yeah, he arrived at that. I think in his way he's been trying to move it from the inside, which is very difficult to do. Particularly when you start out as a Democrat, then you become a Republican. So you become a little suspect. But I think in a way he's been trying to focus on that phenomenon as well. How do you get government to focus on the needs of the people and start dealing with these interesting